HardAFSeltzer.com. Get some 8% seltzer shipped right to your house. The peach, the lemon lime, the strawberry shortcake, and the blue raspberry. No carbs, no sugars, no gluten if you give a shit about that. We are live in over 100 stores in Tennessee. More just opened up. Go to HardAFSeltzer.com today and check your store locator or order them right to your house.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com.
Wakanda forever, James. Wakanda forever, okay?
Oh, quit it.
What?
Quit it.
James, it's out
You're
in
not
theaters.
allowed to do that.
It's number one. I'm sure not.
You're not. No, just specifically you.
Oh, me personally?
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
not.
yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
There was a black friend of ours. I know it's shocking that we have black friends, but we do. Topher, who was on Drinking Bros a few times, he just made a post on his thing.
I already don't believe you. A black man named Topher.
I know,
Yeah,
exactly.
I know.
Exactly. He's been on the show numerous times.
Prove
He's
it.
great. He works with a Marine rapper, and he's a musician. He just posted on his Instagram, like literally right before the show started. He goes, if us black people only acted and dressed like we did in Wakanda in the movie, that could be our reality versus what we're actually doing now. And I got a chuckle out of that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because those clothes would cost $3,000 a piece, probably. You know.
Yeah, I don't.
Very expensive wardrobe to dress like Wakanda. You know? Very expensive. You can do it in a film, but in real life, it's going to be a little tough.
Sure.
It's going to be a little tough. Jabes,
Sure.
I'm amped up today.
What's up?
Well, jacked up full of medicine, trying to shake this cold here. In the meantime, Hard AF Seltzer, I can report as of today, live in every single Total Wine in Florida. So, boom, go there.
Nice.
Do the things, buy all the things for holidays are here. Right in time for Thanksgiving and Christmas. A lot of people boozing over the holidays, getting ready there, and pretty amped about that. Fired up about it, Jabes.
Right.
You know?
Right.
We want to give people the gift of blacking out throughout the holidays because it's going to be a hard one for a lot of people.
Right.
It's going to be a hard one this year. A lot of political back and forths. A lot of people unhappy about the election. A lot of why did you do this? Finger points at the table and things like that. So you might as well get blackout drunk, you know?
Yeah.
Might as well get a little BO out there.
Yeah.
That's something I can't shorten. Right?
Ew.
Can't shorten BO to blackout?
No.
No, can't do it.
No.
Can't do it, won't do it. But a lot going on, Jabes. We'll start off with Pete Davidson.
Okay.
Skeet Davidson is back at it again. So I put him on a death watch because I thought after Kim Kardashian would commit suicide.
Right.
I really did. And he was
Right.
close.
Right.
Showed up at, I think it was the Emmys. Did all of the cocaine in the room and got on stage, and it was a super weird appearance and everything else. And I was like, oh, shit, I'm right on track here, you know?
Right.
He's going down. And then you and I had joked about it of who he moves on to next as far as if he'll stay alive or not, and who's left. Who's left after Kim Kardashian? We were jokingly talking about Giselle might be the next one.
Or Tom would have been the way to go.
Or Tom Brady,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
to establish dominance. That he's now fucking a 7-time Super Bowl winner.
Right.
But she's moved on already to a jiu-jitsu instructor that the child's goes to. I guess it's the oldest boy or something like that. He goes to this jiu-jitsu instructor. He's Brazilian. She's Brazilian.
Could have been Giorgio.
Could have been Giorgio.
It looks a lot, I mean,
Looks similar.
minus like a short hair.
Right.
I mean, he could have just snuck right in there.
Could have been him, not Brazilian though.
Yeah, but
And he
I mean,
might have picked up jiu-jitsu a little too late in life, I think.
I don't know.
Just a guess.
He was a wrestler.
He was, but it's different. Jiu-jitsu is different than wrestling, so who knows? Delco, you ever dip a toe in jiu-jitsu?
It's not yours.
Yeah, don't fucking touch
Just
it.
don't fucking touch it. It's
Dan,
mine.
we've got packages here for Christmas. Delco, you ever dip a toe into jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, I mean, I go to 10th Planet with Giorgio every now and then.
Oh, you do? Okay, so
Yes.
when did he get started in it?
Giorgio? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's
For as long as I've known him.
wrestling adjacent. So
All right. But
He has
but
cauliflower ears.
he sure does. But
Like, in my mind, like, you're doing it, right?
who do you got? Do you got Giselle's boyfriend versus Giorgio? Who's winning?
it depends, but I usually go with the wrestler. So I go
Yeah.
with Giorgio.
Really?
Yeah.
Over Giselle's boyfriend?
Yeah.
All right.
We don't know what his game is.
So
you know what I mean?
now that we know the answer, then yes, that could have been him.
I mean, look, one of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners in the world, Charles Oliveira, got ran over by Islam, who's a wrestler.
Sure did.
Right.
So maybe that's the answer. So
Right.
then, maybe Giorgio fucked this all up. All he had to do was just open up his own 10th Planet in St. Pete. and
No,
he'd
he
be
just
fine.
needed to take a little tripsy to Florida and say, "Hey, Giselle, it's me, Giorgio.
Sure.
You've probably heard of me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it could have gone from there.
It
So
could've.
I'm disappointed that she went with possibly a striker.
Well, now, yeah, exactly. So it's not the right terminology, but I love
Speaking of
it.
Giorgio,
love
happy
it.
birthday.
Oh, shit. Is it your
No.
birthday, Giorgio?
No.
Happy 28th, friend.
Happy birthday.
Happy 28th. Did you get some new Reeboks for your birthday? Oh, those Asics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy this, Ross.
I will.
Yeah.
Those are nice. What is it? What do we got there? Oh, got Young Grape. Whoa. Hang on. Don't leave the room.
Back.
Don't
He's
leave
back.
the room. No, don't leave the room. Is this real, dude? He's got his hand on her tit. Young Gravy is with Lisa Ann.
We already know that,
boy.
though.
I did not know that. I did not know that. That is crazy, dude. That's
Giorgio
Giorgio.
knew.
Well, Giorgio had a
Giorgio
shot
knew.
at that. He had a shot at that title.
Giorgio knew.
I wonder, will we ever get the real story out of you one day? Is that going to be a sit down?
It's like he lost Giselle.
I know.
He lost Lisa. I mean,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
So Delco, by the way, just said you could have beaten up Tom Brady's or Giselle's boyfriend.
Joaquim.
Is that what his name is? Whenever it's a Joaquim, I go Joaquim. I go a soft J on that, but
And then we know
I'm
it's
also
wrong.
pretty fluent in
Whatever
Spanish.
you go,
no,
we know it's
I'm
wrong.
pretty fluent in Spanish. So Giorgio, to recap, could have had Lisa Ann. He also could beat up Giselle's boyfriend. He's making the wrong moves in life, and I don't know how we get him back on track.
What say you, Giorgio?
Dan, I'm gonna need that camera.
Go ahead. Oh boy, look at that. Look at
okay.
him staring. Look at that.
fine.
Lifeless, smart. He's eating smart popcorn before noon.
Yeah, I don't.
Wow.
You know, I don't know. I don't know the bit, but I guess
Do I?
he's-
No,
I guess he's
I know
fine.
this bit. I
He's
know
fine.
this bit. I know this bit for sure. Cut back
Don't
to him
open
real
my
quick.
stuff.
Cut back to him real quick, and I'll narrate it. There's Giorgio. There's Giorgio right there. A young man on the come up who lost his come up. Lisa Ann, porn star, gone. Giselle, gone. He's made the wrong life decisions, friends. Someday I hope to see him and say Guantanamo. That's Giorgio right now.
Right.
We've lost him, and
Right.
he missed out on, well, what could have been his retirement. 2 retirement plans back to back.
He's fine.
And in the meantime, you know, I thought Skeet was on death watch, you know, because Giselle is now taken. Queen Elizabeth is dead. You know, he could have moved on to her. And I was like, well, where does he go? We didn't think about this one. And Bob, go ahead and throw up the picture of who he's dating now. There it is.
Well, she was married, right?
Yes.
I believe so. So
Very recently.
yeah, walk me
divorced.
through this. This is Emily Ratajkowski.
Ratajkowski.
Whatever. It's Ratatouille. She's got the little mouse. A supermodel, worldwide famous. I feel like a lot of people have been with her in the past. Maybe some women too, at some points. Wasn't she with Cara Devangeline or whatever the fuck her name is?
I don't think so.
No.
She was married to
Yeah.
just a regular dude that was actually homies with Pete Davidson.
Oh,
What?
Good.
What?
Yeah, there's like a
Was he a
headline-
regular dude or was he rich? Was he like
He had
some
money.
fucking
Yeah, I think he was
trust
a
fund
businessman.
Yeah,
I think he
money.
was a
All right.
businessman
All right.
type thing. Businessman Bo.
kid? Yeah, businessman Bo, is that his name? So they're together, and it's like, fuck me. I mean, the world is freaking out. Like, I don't get it. I don't get any of it. I don't. And every time I see him pop up in a commercial now, because he's doing a
Okay.
lot of commercials.
Put up who is this guy?
So this is her ex-husband.
This is
right
the
here.
ex. So like, I guess
Whoa.
just anyone.
He's pretty pimpy.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I think this just proves that like anyone could have Emily Ratajkowski.
No,
apparently.
that guy's that's a
a-
good-looking dude, especially if
He's
he's
a
super
pimpy
rich.
dude.
If that's a
saying-
pimpy businessman, yeah, I
Wait,
get it.
Is Rob trying to say he is on par with her ex-husband?
I'm saying that this is not impressive for Emily Ratajkowski.
You're fucking
okay.
kidding me. If this guy,
Okay.
what's his net worth? If his net worth is huge and he's a businessman and he looks like that, let's face it, that guy looks like a good-looking linebacker who was probably on a practice squad who could
Yeah,
be on
yeah,
The
yeah.
Bachelor one day.
Yeah.
That's a very Colton Underwoodish vibe I'm getting from this dude. Yeah, like you can vouch for that, Jesse. That's a good-looking dude, right?
Yes.
Yes.
He
yeah.
Yes.
is.
Let's not say it that too. I mean, that's a lot.
The first thing that comes up is his IMDb
Lot.
page.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
So it's just
This has got to be a trust fund
Never
kid.
mind.
yeah, because it's just he produced Uncut Gems and then other
Uncut
stuff.
Gems.
And then like all his other production credits are like what Chillin' Island.
Does he have it? Wait,
Bodies,
but does he
Bodies.
have a? Oh, Bodies,
Executive
Bodies
producer.
is a big movie. So Bodies is Pete Davidson's movie.
Oh my God, it is.
It is. Yes.
Confused.
This was an independent that came out everywhere. It was even in our local theater here, which is a big theater. So I know what this
Right.
movie is. So
Yeah, they went to Knicks games together.
oh my gosh, is there pictures of that?
Yeah, like of him and Sebastian. Yeah, there's photos.
Really?
Okay, so then now the
Courtside.
question
Wow.
is she doing it?
And revenge.
Yeah.
What's Homeboy's net worth? Let's
Is
start with
there
that.
other?
He's a trust fund kid.
He is.
So
okay.
his dad was a independent film director, and his mom is Lisa Baer, who is also a New York-based filmmaker, writer, photographer. And his dad had apparently grandparents that make it onto
On to what? Forbes list?
onto just Google or whatever.
Okay.
But hold on.
Like
Yeah.
their names are blue, you know?
Yeah, so it's old family money is what
Yeah.
we're
Okay.
looking at here. Okay. That makes sense. He fits that bill, right? The practice squad guy, exactly what I said.
And from what I understand, it
They
was
filed for divorce in September, so this is quick.
Wow.
and I think it was a little
Wow.
something on his side. So this sounds a little bit like a revenge. Craig gave $99 and 99 cents for Giorgio. Happy birthday,
Happy
Giorgio.
birthday, Giorgio. Happy
Buy all the
birthday.
drugs, do all the things from Craig. By the
Yeah.
way, Craig, new baby. Let's calm it down.
God,
Unless you're that rich, and
he's got it.
apparently
Craig's
he is.
got it, dude. Craig won the lottery. Not a lot of people know that.
I mean, he
won
is
the lottery.
so rich. It's insane.
It is insane, but yeah, this has got to be a revenge bone. All right, so let me change my stance then. Because once this is over, this will be short-lived, right?
Yeah.
This isn't going to be a thing forever of you're dating your homie's ex-wife.
Right.
And that's going to be cool. This will probably
Yeah,
go
yeah.
3 to 4 months, go past the holidays. It'll be a fun thing. You can get the press out of that. January is where people stop caring about everything and go back to reality where they're like, oh, shit, what the fuck did I do?
So someone's saying in here that he did cheat on her, and that's why they got divorced. And so a real good
Cheating
if
on
Pete's
Emily Ratajkowski. Huh?
right, and if Pete's down for it, you know that's a pretty cool thing to do for your friend. You know, apparently he's team Emrata.
I have a theory.
You know, yeah,
Oh,
please.
good.
All right, so I think this just kind of shows how terrible everyone in LA and New York are.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
they only go to Pete Davidson. I mean, obviously because of the hog, but apparently he's like a really nice guy.
Right.
Like, so they just gravitate towards him because he's nice.
Nice, low self-esteem, you know, not going to be a big, huge dick to you, I guess.
Well, he is going to be.
He's going to have
a
one, but he's
huge-
not going to
He's
be
gonna
one.
give a big, huge dick to you.
Yeah, he's
but-
going to have one, he's not going to be one. Do
Right,
you know what I mean?
right,
Which
right,
is the
right.
dream.
Yeah.
That's the dream. I have one, but I'm not one.
Yeah, but it's still. You know, his personality out in public is Pete Davidson. I'm fucking Pete Davidson.
But it's still better than everyone else in LA. I guess.
Right. And I think we
is.
feel the same way where there's like some people, you know, like Jay Anus. You love her.
Jay
You
Anus,
won't
yeah.
hear anything bad
No, I will.
about
I will.
Jay Anus.
Look, there's always something off if you're not married like that for a long period of time and or having kids or whatever. Like Taylor Swift, right?
Right.
I think it was Kirill, our buddy Kirill, who had the best post about her ever. He's like, dude, she's got 500 songs about breakups, but not one about giving a blowjob. And it's like, well, yeah, that's probably her problem. But even in her, she's 32 now.
Right.
You're starting to get to the age where
She's with someone. She's engaged.
I understand
Yeah,
that.
they've been together a while.
Yeah.
killing it.
I understand, but
Did she get some work done?
can't tell.
Taylor Swift?
Can't tell.
Yeah. Did you see some recent photos?
I do think that she did. And I actually do love that she is going back to the Taylor Swift we all know and love. Like, quarantine's over. I'm done with the big, oversized, like, folklore world where I just, like, don't care about how I look or how much I weigh or whatever. And she's, like, now... Like, I'm back.
Yeah, Bob.
I'm gonna go on fucking tour.
I know this is a weird one. Pull up the European MTV Movie Awards.
Yeah.
It was 2 nights ago. I know you're talking about Delco. I saw this photo and she looked hot. She looked back and all the things that
No,
you said.
that's not it.
Oh, go ahead, pull it up.
There's photos.
Well, there's a bunch from this award show, so I don't know which
Do you
one
see
you want.
the one?
Did you see the one where it looks like she possibly had work done?
and by that I mean bolt-ons. Like she has tits.
Enhancement.
So I can answer that actually. I know the answer to that. She's had those for a while.
Yeah.
The problem is it's exactly what Jesse said. It's exactly what Jesse said though, where she wears so much baggy stuff all the time. She's got hidden bombs. She's got hidden heavies.
She may have gotten enhanced. Maybe not super recently, but
A little clean.
I don't. Look,
yeah, they're a little.
I don't think she added mass. If
No.
she did anything,
But maybe
She,
like a
she got a
shape.
lift,
pick-me-up.
a
A
A
lifty,
little lifts,
Yeah.
maybe. She's had them for
a little
long
lifty
time.
swifty.
Yeah, she's
got
had them for a
the meat.
long time.
yeah,
but-
I don't think there'd be no reason for her to do like the Britney Spears thing and just get like fucking cannons out of nowhere, especially at this age.
Right.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Why not?
At 32,
Why?
Especially if she's like trying to be back super pop star. Like,
yeah, well,
no
she
more
is.
like,
By the way, she is. So
no more hanging out with my cats and just playing
I
my
remember
Yes.
her being
guitar.
a stick.
Yeah, exactly. Well, look, she's 32 now, so she is growing up. The other part to what you're saying is her worldwide tour tickets just went on sale yesterday. Set every record, broke Ticketmaster. People are angry. They were waiting for 9 hours in a queue that didn't stop spinning. And then magically at the end, all tickets are $1,700 a piece, right?
Sure.
I can tell you from the inside of this, having a ticket company on the back end, Tickets Now is owned by Ticketmaster. They are a resale site. As soon as the interest in all of these people starts skyrocketing, they personally set aside like 40% of the tickets for them
Yes.
to resell in the resale market, and it's fucking bullshit. So
Yes.
anyone who tries to go on Ticketmaster for your favorite artist, it sucks, and they've made the ability to get tickets suck. So you're almost stuck getting aftermarket tickets here. But because of how massive this tour was, you were asking if she was coming to Austin. I said no. And the reason being is we simply don't have an arena big enough for her. She's doing Jerry World. She's doing stadiums that
Right.
she's doing NFL stadiums.
Like, look, think about it this way: Austin, too small.
Right.
Like she's not coming here. The
Nope.
live music capital.
Yeah, I
We
know.
don't have a venue big enough.
You don't have a venue
for
big
Taylor
enough.
Swift.
And
That's
the one, well, here's the
insane.
thing: the one that you do is probably where the Longhorns play.
Darrell K. Royal's the only one she would play. She's
Right.
not doing the Moody Center or
And,
any
No.
of
right. And the problem with it is during these tour dates, it's going to be 118 degrees. So like that's miserable as well. So it appears as if she's doing these bigger stadiums in a little cooler environment, and it's very well thought out. But in Dallas, she's doing I think 2 or 3 nights in a row. So
Is she doing in Houston? Is she doing NRG or is she? Because I actually saw her at Minute Maid.
yeah, so it would be maybe I don't know if Minute Maid would even be big enough anymore. It's probably NRG if you look it up. It's probably the NFL stadium for the Texans. I mean, she's achieved a level now that is, fuck, man. it's like Beyonce. She's the biggest pop star in the world.
I think she's like 10 times bigger than Beyonce.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree.
Exactly.
I don't think anyone is in her orbit at this point.
And I think if you stacked up her albums against Beyonce's, it's not even close.
It's not even fucking close.
Yeah.
Not even close. She destroys her.
And like Beyonce is doing like a Renaissance tour, I think.
Yeah, but the
it's
last
like,
album bombed.
I don't know
The last album bombed. It was terrible. And Taylor Swift's last one was 20 hits in a row where you're
Right.
just like, holy shit, you could just leave that on at a party in the background and nobody's going to tell you to turn it off. And that's the difference with her.
Right.
So,
But we are like, we're talking about different generations, really. I mean, Beyonce's what, 40?
but not that, she's
One.
not that much older than
10
Taylor
years.
Swift.
10 years.
I think it is just strictly the albums at this point.
I know, but
and being able to pump out hits.
I know, but it's also 10 years past what, like being in the business.
It's
10 years longer and the out of touchness or whatever it may be.
Oh man, you can tell Beyonce's like
Yeah.
wildly, and that's actually
Yes.
something that is interesting between the two of them, is that like Beyonce lives this life that like purposefully looks unattainable and impossible,
Right.
And like because that's her brand, whereas Taylor Swift's brand is
her
just
brand
like,
Yeah.
I'm normal.
Yeah, pop up that picture right there. This
I'm
looks like
still-
a sweater from Target.
Yeah.
Pop it up.
She's like, I'm still thinking about my high school boyfriend.
Yes.
And you're like, wow,
And
okay.
Beyonce's in the Illuminati.
Yeah,
so-
Beyonce
Right,
is-
Exactly.
right,
Beyonce's
right.
like, you will build pyramids for me.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. She owns slaves.
Right.
She
And
owns
doing
slaves.
like Tiffany commercials with Jay-Z. And you're just
Right.
kind of like, okay. And the last video being at the Louvre.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just different, I think.
Well,
and
And I'm going to circle back to that in regards to Taylor Swift and getting the work done. Keep this picture up right there. In order to stay looking like this, because she's always had kind of this baby face forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine there's probably a lot of pressure to stay looking like that, so the music seems the same as the last 20 years. So it wouldn't surprise me if she gets a little something here and there to keep up those appearances, because she's one of those people where it is kind of shocking to hear that she's 32 years old.
Yeah.
But you're like, man, I still think of her as like this 24-year-old thing because she looks the same, sounds the same, music's the same. And you got to ride that bit as long as it'll go. I think...
Yeah, start thinking of her as a busted divorced woman.
yeah.
Well, you don't want that
Yeah,
either, right? So,
Right?
I think she's setting herself up to age really gracefully.
So
Yes.
do I.
She's laying
To where
good
like
runway.
like almost ageless, where you go like you look at her face has never changed.
Right.
Do you know
And
what I
then-
mean? You're
and
like,
then maybe.
oh yeah, it's just Taylor Swift. Like I don't know how old she is. I mean, I know how old I am, but I still like her, and like I don't want to feel bad that she's younger or older or whatever it may be. You just have to be like, I like Taylor Swift.
And then the other thing is,
entity.
when she gets into her 40s, she's so talented she could shift into like Sheryl Crow.
I
and
think
start
she's gonna
writing
do
those songs
more
like
of
"Soak
the-
Up the Sun" and shit like that, where you're just like, all right, I mean,
But I think she could go gracefully back into that folklore Evermore world. She set herself up to be like, yeah, I'm a cat lady.
yep,
I'm old
Yeah,
soul,
yeah.
but I'm young. So hey, everybody, everyone loves me.
But you
I
know,
know.
what- and you know what's funny? That either means one of two things. Either one, she is a fucking psycho who is the best liar on earth,
She is.
or two, she's like relatively like she's basically just being herself. Because with Beyonce, like that, it's you can tell every ounce of it's curated.
yes,
She's a robot.
yep.
And that's why I think a lot of people like.
I'm turned off, but I'm turned off by them together now.
Yeah.
just because it seems like a royal family versus.
Which is exactly what they're going for.
Yes.
Yes. It seems like a royal family versus musicians anymore. And that's why I'm just like, man, and I love Jay-Z. And I think he's probably one of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time. But I can't buy into your shit when you've made $1 billion at this point and your wife is close to $1 billion, that you're going to make anything relatable anymore. Now, he has changed his lyrics to reflect that. But she hasn't, and she's gone the other way with it, which is why the last album bombed. Of like, I carry hot sauce in my purse. It's like, no, the fuck you don't. You don't.
Actually,
do
that was a great album, and it did very well.
It was, but as you
and people constantly quote that.
right, but as you go on in life with the career, she did it on this last album too, and it was like, I want to take the days off at 5 p.m. I'm tired of the workday and everything else. It's like, you're not in a workday anymore. Like, as you progress, you've got to change the lyrics. And I don't think she will or does. And they're just beyond us now.
Okay, but you're not going to say the same thing about Taylor Swift.
You're not. And that's
You're
the
going to
thing.
say,
Yes.
I want you to still be talking about dating guys and drinking, cheap rosé, which I know you don't do, and you're not just chilling at this guy's house. Like, these are all just, things that we all have in us that she just puts out there.
Yes.
And we're okay with it with
She's
Taylor.
great at it. Yeah.
But we won't allow Beyonce to
Because we don't see the inside
talk
of
to the people.
Taylor's house. We don't see Taylor Swift talking about she just bought a new Basquiat painting or whatever the fuck his name is. Like, we don't hear any of that.
Oh, and to Bob's point, I do, and I always have thought that she is a badass bitch, snake in the grass, business woman that doesn't care about anything but being the best. So lying, probably, doing whatever she has to do to get to the level that she's at. Mm-hmm. Don't think for 1 second that she's done it by just, oh my gosh, is it me?
Yeah.
Did I win? Not for 1 second. Is she really like
when
that?
When she did the award show 2 nights ago, she did exactly that.
Right.
Still
and so
stays like that.
If Bob's asking, I don't know if she's a liar or whatever, yes, she is.
Yeah.
But we buy it, and she just does it better than Beyonce or whoever else you see as fake or robot or whatever. She just does it better than anyone else.
And she also does damage control better than anyone else, where the one major ding on her was her lying about the Kanye West song, right?
Right.
When Kim Kardashian played the voicemail and the conversation and everything else, then you knew she was a little fucking liar and a little snake in the grass, just like you said. But damage control-wise, what did she do? She disappeared for 2 years and then dropped 3 back-to-back great albums, and we've all forgotten about it. Nobody cares because the music's been great. And she disappeared, didn't say one fucking word for 2 years.
She did what I always say to do, which is just let people hang themselves, right? So she disappears. Kanye becomes what Kanye is.
Right.
Kim Kardashian is fucking Kim Kardashian. Why we gave that any fucking weight at the time, I'm not really sure, but we did. So she just kind of disappeared and let people be the ridiculous people that they're going to be, right?
Yeah.
You try and defend yourself, you're just going to seem more guilty. If you just go, cool, think what you will about them recording this, saying this, and leaking it. Because in the end, Kim and Kanye came out like the assholes, no matter what Taylor Swift ended up doing.
Right.
They came out like the assholes for leaking it, orchestrating it, all of it.
Yeah. And now Kim is trying to change her image now to get out of the Kanye bullshit. And I truthfully think she's probably fine. However, I would never want to fucking listen to this 1 single second of it. She signed a deal with Spotify for a podcast. Big shocker. However, it is a legal podcast.
No, it's a true crime.
Yeah, it's a true crime podcast where she goes over rules of law because she's studying to be a lawyer right now. Do you know that?
Yeah.
So based on what she's learned and how she can apply this to the system.
No,
and
what she's doing is because she was for a while trying to get, either wrongfully convicted or people that have been in, prison for a really long time for weed charge or something like that. That was her crusade. So now what she's learned, which is actually true, if you do a podcast, so she's doing series on whatever person she thinks case needs to be reopened or looked at or whatever. And since she is a lawyer, quote unquote.
Well, not yet.
She can go over
she hasn't
it.
passed the bar.
Okay. She passed the baby bar.
Oh, God, we're not doing that.
And so
We're not doing that.
So she can go over it with in some ways being oh, we can do this and this and this, but it's a really good idea. I don't see her actually sitting down and doing it every week.
Well, she has to.
She has passed the bar.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Like the real one?
Yep.
Find that for me. I for real. I just want to see.
Someone
she
else said
posted
that
about
too.
it.
Yeah.
She posted about it last year. I'll pull up the post.
I remember she passed the baby bar, which is the fucking fake test, and Yeah, I didn't know that
Gosh,
she actually.
calling it the baby bar too is
It's so
real weird.
fucking lame.
I think because they want it to sound like like really shitty for you to have to say, I passed the baby bar. Like,
Yeah.
oh, you're not a lawyer then.
You're not a lawyer.
Oh no, this is the baby bar.
Correct.
exam.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yes. So she's still not past the bar. That is very,
But she
very
did
difficult.
a big post about passing the baby bar.
And I'll put it this way. So
Good
one
for
of
her.
my best friends is from college. Is one of the very best lawyers in the United States. Even he was like, bro, that fucking bar was the toughest goddamn thing. And he's like, I barely did. Like, it's so hard. People can't really wrap their mind around it, and you almost have like a meltdown. So this is probably why there has been no post that I passed the bar. It's fucking difficult, and like, yeah, have fun with that. And,
Oh,
and
so
each
she's not-
state is different too. By the way,
She's still so she's still in law school, and she's not eligible to take the bar yet.
okay.
So you have to, I guess, after the first year of the 3-year program, maybe out there, because I've never heard this with my friends who are lawyers. But
Yeah, and by the way, if you want a license or if you want to be a lawyer in different states or get the license, like you've got to pass a different bar for
in every
different
state.
states. Yeah.
The two of the hardest are California and Texas.
California, I was just going to say. So her passing it there, because my buddy had to do it in California as well. He was like, bro, it's hard, man. And he was sweating the results. And that guy is one of the smartest guys I know. And, he ultimately passed, but he wasn't stoked about it
Right.
at all. So I can't imagine this little dummy going in there and actually doing it. It's incredibly difficult. And you'd have to dedicate your fucking life to it. Like, he
Yeah, but
locked
she's
himself away
also-
for 3 months in a fucking apartment. Like, I remember when he did it. And it was like, dude, there was no distractions, no nothing. And it's like, I don't know how you do all this other shit and then magically have time to cram for the bar. Like,
Well, she is like a nerd too. Like she doesn't do anything, like drink or she's like a Jennifer Lopez, goes to bed early,
Okay.
doesn't drink,
Right.
So she may have some time if she has enough assistance, which I know she does, and then she just gets trotted out for whatever.
okay. And my buddy was like, you got to give it a solid 3 months to study. Like, it's fucking brutal. So we'll see. We'll see what happens to her. In the meantime, we got some sponsors that puts this lovely show on the air. If you subscribe to Patreon, Drinking Bros Podcast on Patreon, it encompasses all of it. We've got like 6 live shows a week now over there. It's awesome. You guys have been killing it on Crime Corner over there as well. Everybody's stoked about that. So subscribe. It's ad-free over there. It's ad-free over there video-wise, so you can just watch it, without the ads and all that fun stuff. And we're more than halfway to our goal. We want to get 6,000 subscribers by Christmas. I believe, what are we at, 3,800, Bob, right now? Somewhere in there. Go to Patreon.
Sorry, going slow here.
you
it's
can
fine.
put that up.
It's fine.
A little soft. Just
Yeah,
a quick
little
like,
soft
oh,
burn.
You got your
whoops.
own- oh, is that mine? Yeah.
Sorry, my
yeah.
my hit show softcore history. I mean, I don't know if you want to subscribe to that
How
too.
many subscribers do we have?
37, 35.
Okay, so we need to hit
good.
6,000 by Christmas here. That'll keep the
get
lights
that.
on and video going and all that stuff.
Weren't we going to do a telethon?
We're
think
going to
we-
do, and I think we're going to do a Christmas show too here, by the way.
Shouldn't it be like the Christmas? Aren't we thinking of like a Christmas telethon
Yeah, we are.
situation?
Yes, live on,
Great.
and that'll be live on YouTube to go to Patreon
Not
and all
on
that
Christmas.
stuff. Not on, no, correct.
Yeah,
It'll
Bob.
be the
Bob,
week
tell your
before.
wife that you will not be there.
All of you tell your
for-
families that you'll be here on Christmas.
No, yeah.
And,
So will it be? It'll probably
it'll be
right
like a week before, yeah.
right before we all go on.
And
break,
we'll try to get
right?
on. We'll try to get everybody's shows on here and everything else, and do a live, kind of like the midterm show where it's just fucking crazy.
Right.
And Jared said we can play some music and sing and do all this stuff. Might get a mariachi band for it. So we'll see. And that'll be a fun live Christmas show here on the old network in December, probably about a week before the actual Christmas day, so people can have that time off with their families to enjoy their loved ones.
Yes.
Okay.
We're not animals.
No. And if you're out there and you're looking for a Christmas gift, get yourself a ghost bed from ghostbed.com/drinking bros. 40% off that bundle package. Treat your lady right, or your man. I don't care. I don't care who you're boning, Treat each other right out there, okay? Get a nice adjustable base and a mattress combined together for 40% off at ghostbed.com/drinkerbros. You were using the USB ports last night. That thing's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
It's got all the things.
Had to.
Flashlights.
Sometimes it's hard to find a box. Am I right,
Wow.
guys?
Nailed it.
So, you've got the cord. You don't have the box, is what it is.
Yeah.
You got the
sure
bed.
is, dude. Yeah. Yep. I'm going to leave you to sit in that for a little bit because you get 30% off a mattress and 2 free luxury pillows right now. That's right. You're getting 2 free pillows when you order a mattress. Let's go. Sorry, did I go really high on that one? I feel like I went really high. I feel like I went very Pride Month on that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then if you use the promo code Drinking Bros at checkout, you get 30% off of everything in the entire store. That's the sheets, it's the cover, it's the weighted blanket that'll help you sleep for 18 hours. And then at the bottom of the screen, you're going to see a 60-month pay-as-you-go program, no interest, as long as you have decent credit there. Check that box, and all the deals that I just mentioned are applicable with that. You can walk out of there with a brand new bedroom set for Christmas for about $25 a month at ghostbed.com/Drinking Bros. Next up, we got mybookie.com. Promo code Drinking Bros. Well, look, it's gambling season. I think, as a guess, because during a recession, booze sales go up. Mm-hmm. And so does gambling because everybody wants to make a little extra cash. I've been pretty good at the Monday night teasers this year and the Thursday night teasers. I lost last night on the Philadelphia Eagles, and I apologize for that. I'm now 10 for 14 on the year. As far as those teasers on Thursday and Monday nights, bunch of people hit me up about what I thought about that Eagles game because we lost, and I don't think it's a bad loss at all for the Eagles. So I'm not going to overreact and panic on that.
Hurts made the throw.
Yep.
Watkins fumbled.
He
shouldn't have even fell.
Look, it's going to happen, and you can't go undefeated.
No.
If anybody overreacts about the Eagles, you guys are fucking retarded.
But go ahead and listen to the Monday morning recap where I've been on fire for Monday Night Football.
Oh, that's right. You picked you went on the other side of this, and I should have. I went against better judgment on that one. I felt like I lost that for you guys, not anybody else. That was I thought about going the other way. The Eagles have had such a great season. It was tough to bet against them there. So I'll live in it, and I own it, and accept it. And hopefully on Thursday night, I can win again. But join me or bet against me if you want on mybookie.com. Promo code Drinking Bros doubles your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Now, if you put in $100, you get $200 back. $300, $600 back. You get it, but it caps out at a grande. They can't just keep giving you, $10,000 and shit like that. So go to mybookie.com, use promo code Drinking Bros to double your first deposit up to $1,000. Last but not least, hardafseltzer.com. Online stores rocking. We ship to 41 states right in time for the holidays. So order now. But if you're in Tennessee, pop open that store locator, Bob. How many stores are we at in Tennessee? Hang on.
101.
101 stores in Tennessee. We are in 21 stores in Florida.
Oh my gosh, that's huge.
All the Total Wines in Florida, all that stuff. We are there right now. Wow, there's a lot of stores.
Okay.
121 stores.
Some people are saying that Hard AF is the new bath salts.
It is.
It really is,
It
though.
is. It's great for the holidays, too, man.
We have
it's 8%. And even if you're going through a recession, somebody else brought this up to me. A liquor store was just like, hey, dude, like you're buying 2 12-packs for the price of one, essentially, because it's 8% versus, say you buy Budweiser or something. That's like, well, you can get doubly fucked up. And they were like, man, we're selling the fuck out of these. And I was like, here we are.
Yeah.
We're in a recession. We did not vote our way out of it in midterm. So, might as well. Load up. Johnny, I don't know why we got that huge order down there, but we did. So people are going through it. And cheers. Drink up. I got some water here to rehydrate.
If it should be anywhere, it should be all over Florida.
All over Florida.
Right?
All over Florida.
Right.
And it is. It's in Orlando, Miami, all the fun places. Fort Lauderdale.
Of course.
St. Pete, Clearwater. Like, it's everywhere.
Of course.
All the places. Like, Florida's that's our fucking...
Yeah, for sure.
It's our home away from home.
Yeah, we've definitely seen people, all of us here have seen people zombie out, which is what we...
Yeah, that's what we want.
Turn them into zombies.
And then in Tennessee, we got what's the new one that's all the way like far east towards North Carolina?
It's so far east, it doesn't even show up as like Tennessee when
Yeah.
you zoom all the way out.
Yeah. What is
It's
it?
just like the one.
It's just like this one mountain, like
It's great. What is it?
Oh, I love it.
What's
it's
the
in
name
Mountain
of it?
City, Tennessee, at Black Bear Wine and Spirits.
Black Bear Wine and
Now,
Spirits
what's fun
in Mountain
about
City,
this
Tennessee.
store is that it's run by black bears. No humans live in this part.
Oh,
true.
love it.
It's
So
true.
if you can
Mountain City, Tennessee.
Yeah.
if you can get to the seltzer without getting mauled
By a bear.
for free, you get it
Yep.
for free. I think is what it is.
And if you're there, take a picture and we'll post it. If you're at Black Bear Wine and Spirits in Mountain City, Tennessee, and let us know. And then in Knoxville down there, we're in Bearden's Beer Market. I got to go in there. The place was awesome. If you're just looking to fucking chill for the night, I get a bunch of games on and everything else. It was a little chilly that night, so we didn't get to spend any time in there. We just met a couple drinking bros real quick for a handoff of the seltzer. But
thought you were gonna
what? What?
hand off. Yep.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Nothing.
Oh,
You met the drinking bros for
a little handoff.
a handoff.
Yeah, of the seltzer.
Mm-hmm,
So nothing more than that. But we walked into the bar to buy it and then give it to him. And the place was fucking awesome. And I was like, shit, we were not prepared. We didn't have any topsies. It was a little chilly in there, so we didn't get to spend any time and party there. But it was a fucking dope ass place.
Great.
And I'm stoked about it.
Right across the street from the university now as well, at University Liquors.
No way.
I mean, it's literally, if you can see on the
man.
map here, it is.
Go Vols. Go Vols. Hey, I still
Kids,
got him in the
please
CFP.
be careful.
I still got him in the
Please.
CFP, dude. Let's go.
Well, the good
Let's
news is
go.
that this liquor store appears to be next door to the university hospital. So
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We're fine.
You just walk right on in there.
Perfect.
and
So
you're
we're
good
gonna
to
need
go.
we're gonna need you to just you get the case.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this. So here's
Tell the hospital real quick, I got this case. Just keep me on your mind.
Yeah.
yeah. Here's
know what I mean?
Fraternity Park. Here's the liquor store. You
Boom.
can send the,
Ooh.
you could walk right over.
Look at that.
That's great.
All right. I'm going to have
great.
somebody buy some there and just drop it off at a fraternity. I'll see if mine's on that campus and I'll drop some off there for the old K-Sigs, the old gentleman on the hill. We'll see what happens.
It would be fun to do if we could have like a camera following someone,
Be great.
getting it from the store and
Yeah,
then
and then
going
just
into the
dropping to the
hospital.
fraternity.
Going to the hospital and
Well,
just
yeah.
checking in.
It's a fun game of
Like-
advertisement or evidence.
right. Pre-checking in and being like, "Hey, here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make it so if I do come back, I can be at the front of the line. So is there
Yeah.
any way to pre-check into the hospital?
Boy, maybe. And that might be the smart play. 'Cause you don't want to wait in the emergency room
No,
forever,
gosh.
Gosh.
Oh gosh.
Dingates. Want to chat about this new fucking documentary thing where they're stretching us out for 90 hours and then making us believe in false verdicts, and then it's what we thought it was all the way around.
All right, we can spend a little bit of time.
I
on
hate
that.
this new trend, and I got fucking tricked last night, dude, and I got to talk about it today because I'm pissed off about it.
Okay.
The Spectre thing, the Ronnie Spector doc. We watched it on Showtime.
Phil.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Ronnie's his wife. She was the famous one. Take me home tonight. Yeah.
Oh, was that her?
Yeah. It's Eddie Money and Ronnie Spector.
Okay.
I can't hit that high note, so I'm not going to attempt it. But yeah.
To know him
boy.
is to love him.
They
Creepy.
slowed down one of his tracks and then they played
Creepy.
it. That was the intro song. The credits were great, right? It was super creepy and we were all in. However, it's 3 parts of this fucking thing that could have been an hour and a half again, and I'm so pissed off. And at the end of the second part, is I thought I remembered the story, and then they tricked me and they were like, but he was wearing an all-white coat and there was no blood on it at the end. And I was like, fuck.
No residue on his hands.
Maybe he
No.
didn't kill her. So
Right.
you fell asleep. And I was like, I'll just watch the rest of it, right? While she's sleeping. And then I was like, no, because what if he is innocent or whatever? Maybe I didn't know the story like I thought I did. So I saved it for you when we watched it last night. And yeah, it was exactly what I thought. And I was like, you fucking assholes. You got me to watch one more like, You wasted another hour of my life on something, on a verdict that I already knew,
Right.
because you wanted to trick me to get me to watch one more fucking hour of your bullshit. Like, God damn it, man. We gotta. Is there fact checkers that can just?
No,
do
they were
this?
taking you on the ride that they took the jury on, which is exactly what they did. So they went through it the way that the prosecution and defense went through, and so what they were showing to you is the reasonable doubt that they tried to put into the jury's head, which worked.
Hang on.
And then he got retried. But what they were showing you is like, hey, how would you feel if you saw this as a juror, right?
Well, here's the thing, but the problem,
and that's what happened.
But the problem is the first 10 minutes of the last episode gave me the fucking answers that I needed. So like, why couldn't you just jam that into one? Like I knew it. I had the answers.
Mm-hmm.
And then you sucked me in for this bullshit and it was just like, oh wait, but come back. And there, and I'm like, great. And I watched it and I was like, oh, all right, yeah, he's fucking killed her. Like,
Right.
what are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing here?
Right. I mean,
Fucking killed this lady.
yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
The only thing that I didn't really know at the end was that he died in jail. I didn't know that. I didn't know he was dead.
Yeah.
There was a big gap during COVID where people were just kind of dying, and you're just like, all
And
right.
you're like, ah, fuck.
Yeah. You know,
All right.
what was it? 8 million people around the world died or something. So you kind of get lumped in with everybody else. So you're just like, all right.
Especially in jail, right?
Right.
Like it's a real, not, it's a degrading way to go. And that's the point of it. It's
or
the
do you,
point.
well, hang on. Is it a degrading way to go, or do you just want to die and not live anymore? Watching that thing and looking back at it, I would just rather fucking die in jail than to keep living. What are you living for?
So I've said this before, but I watched a documentary about how they deal with people like that are very sick, terminal, whatever, in prison,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fucking horrible.
Why? What's
You're not getting any sort of care, right? So they put you in a different type of cell in a hospital bed with no one around you, unless maybe some other prisoner, they have some volunteers that'll kind of sit with you as you die, but you're getting like prison care and like you're in hospice, still in jail, cannot get out.
Okay. So wait, let me ask you this though. Are you getting pills? Like, are they jacking you up full of pills?
No, I mean, they're not, they will keep you comfortable enough, just like any other place like that, but they're not like, you don't have a button for morphine, you don't have whatever, they're keeping you just comfortable enough.
Really?
And it is a real sad way to go. So when you see things like, you go like Harvey Weinstein has a certain amount of years, like thinking about him actually dying in prison, you go, he's getting, it's almost worse than death penalty. Because it's not instant. You can be sick for a really long time. They're not really like trying to save your life in any way. They're just sort of keeping you kind of alive until hospice.
Okay, so let me ask you this, right? From a financial standpoint, wouldn't you just want to jack them up full of pills and get them there faster to death so you don't have to pay for all this shit and they're not taking up space and you can get them the fuck out of there?
Well, I mean, that's the age-old question of like why we want people to be taking up so much space, but that's, all the things cost money. So like good healthcare, good doctors, medicine, all of that costs a lot of money as well. So no, they're not jacking you up on stuff. They're giving you the bare minimum of care.
Yeah.
And it's real gross and sad and disgusting.
Okay.
And most of the time they have no one there with them.
So when I see these like kids or this dude here, what's his, Daryl Brooks, is that going down today? I think they're going to sentence this guy today. The guy who ran over all those people in Wisconsin in the truck.
Okay.
I caught some of it this morning. He was rolling his eyes at the parents' testimony about the victims, and things like that. And like, judge is pissed. I don't know if the years actually came down today, how much he's going to get there. But for a guy like that, now that you've said this and that's how it is, I would rather them not get the death penalty and just kind of, or leave it up to the family, I guess, like how the family wants to handle it. How do you guys want, huddle up. Why don't you huddle up everybody that died and you guys come up with how you want him to do it? Spend the rest of his life in prison like that, or fucking firing squad or, lethal injection and kill this guy immediately. I would probably vote for this now that I know that answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, especially at a certain age.
Well, no, if you're younger, it makes it worse because then that's the next 40 to 50 years of your life.
Right.
This Daryl Brooks guy, did they give him a sentence today?
I'll check, but I mean, it's going to be a big one, especially because he represented himself.
Yeah, well, it's going to be
that's
it's going to
right.
be life,
My
obviously.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, death penalty is a polarizing issue for sure. But again, like anytime someone doesn't get the death penalty when people think that they should, I just refer them to that documentary where you can watch someone die in the worst way if they've spent their whole life there. Like it's not good.
Yeah. It's a wild one here. So, man, did we get a fucking
And
verdict
if you
on this?
if you really want someone to suffer and that's what you feel is like justice, I do think life and dying in prison
Yeah.
is like the suffering. The death penalty and a quick injection, I don't know.
Let me look this up here. I mean, it appears as if it's over now at this point. So, I just want to know what this guy fucking got here.
Yeah, and then we'll move on to some lighter.
Yeah, some
issues.
lighter fare. I mean, look. They're still going right now. Okay.
Okay.
So the lighter fare would be, why is Jack Harlow famous?
Or Nick Cannon's family tree, but yeah.
Oh boy, which one do you want to start with there? We'll go Nick Cannon on this
We'll
one.
go Nick Cannon only because outlets now, whether it's Entertainment Tonight or, Page Six or whatever, are starting to tiptoe around the fact that this might be weird, right? But they're doing it in this kind of like, how much child support do you think he pays? Oh, a 12th child. And they're like kind of, but also giving facts. So if we just go through the family tree, it means that, we know Mariah Carey has the twins. That was in 2011.
Yes.
Then in 2017, he had a baby with Brittany Bell. Then another in 2020. And then had 2 children with a lady named Abby De La Rosa, both in 2021. Then a baby with Alyssa Scott in 2021 as well. And then he's doubling back. So now he's back having had another baby with Brittany Bell in 2022, then moved to Abby De La Rosa, had a baby in 2022, then to Alyssa Scott, she's pregnant, and then Bree had a baby in 2022 as well. So
is this a sex cult?
What I think is the weird part of it is that he kind of goes down the line, right? And circles back.
All right, so are you saying, all right, by this chart right here, pop that up real quick, will the next one be Bree?
So Bree, she looked like she just had one in 2022, so then we're going to have to go back to...
Well, they all had some in 2022.
And then what is this one up here?
Lanisha Cole.
So she also had one in 2022. So he's gone through everybody in 2022. Now he's going to have to go back through.
Okay.
Right? So it looks like whoever's last pregnant is
So what
Alyssa?
Yeah, but either way, what is this? Is this a sex cult or is this a fucking harem?
Look, I'm just putting this out here because
No one-
everyone seems to be saying it's weird
laughing about it, but not
and being like, oh, crazy, just keeps having kids,
Yeah.
right?
We're just
Yeah.
asking questions.
We're just asking questions. We're literally just saying, isn't that funny? You know what I mean? Like,
The question you should be asking is, how did you name your child Powerful Cannon?
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
go
Are you
through the
kidding me?
names if you want.
Are you
Legendary,
fucking kidding me? Legendary Cannon.
Zion, like,
Yeah,
you
wow.
know,
Full cannon.
Beautiful
right?
Cannon?
right? So,
Oh boy.
so look, like,
Rise cannon.
Rise Cannon,
Oh boy.
Powerful
Queen, powerful Queen
Golden.
Cannon,
I think
Golden.
Civil War would be a great next one, the Civil War Cannon.
Hey, look,
I think that'd be
after a
great.
while,
I think that'd be great.
you're gonna have to go that route.
This is my Civil War canon.
Battle of Waterloo cannon.
Yeah.
And so we just kind of go, the turban thing,
Pirate ship canon.
whatever the religion is.
Yeah.
Feels a little like polygamy, although they don't live in
sure
the
does.
same. But look.
Yeah.
Is that illegal in California, Bob?
It's illegal everywhere except for Utah, I think.
It's
right?
common though. Like, doesn't Mr. Worldwide have a bunch of girlfriends that live in the same house as him?
In the same house?
marrying them is illegal.
Right.
Oh,
you can
okay.
date 'em
Right.
all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can bang as many people as you want.
Sure can.
Okay.
Let them live on your property.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the marrying that's
It's yeah.
okay.
And that's just
So is this like a we don't kink shame sitch?
I don't know.
We should probably start, maybe not kink shaming, but
We should start questioning what the
Yeah.
fuck is actually going on.
Yeah, it feels a little.
Because
I think
here's
so,
what
yeah.
I've never been able to understand for the last, I don't know, let's call it 7 or 8 years, right? This rise of Nick Cannon, where he's the host of everything now, and he has his own talk show. He's got an afternoon talk show.
Yeah.
He does The Masked Singer. MTV renewed his deals for Wild and Out. And let's face it, MTV only has one other show, Ridiculousness,
Right.
and then like a shit ton of Wild and Outs, right? And they've redone that.
Yeah. You know what?
he's
What
hosting all
reality
these-
show would kill is the Cannon Bunch.
Yeah, but he's on. He'll do the Entertainment Tonight. He'll fill in there and do
Yeah.
some slots
Yeah.
and do all this shit.
he doesn't look good.
He also he doesn't
right
look
now.
good.
He looks like he's beaten down.
well,
like a man with 10 kids.
man with
12.
12 kids.
he
Yeah.
one.
says no to nothing.
But he
Yes.
also works. I mean, he's also hosting all this fucking shit all day long to pay for these kids at this point. And the other thing is, he was one of the first people to go on one of those anti-Semitic rants. They ripped him right off the air pretty quickly. And
Was he anti-Semitic or anti-Muslim?
so it was against Jews.
It was just the Hotep shit. The
Yes.
real
okay.
Jew,
Yeah.
like, we were kings, whatever the fuck.
Exactly. And he got ripped off, magically got put back on, and there was no real backlash. And they actually gave him his talk show in the afternoon after that. The whole thing was really fucking strange. And now I'm starting to question if Nick Cannon has dirt on people or like, what is it?
You just wait a few months. Like,
Yeah.
they'll let you back on. Like Kanye is gonna be fine in by February.
Yeah.
If he's got a hit album, he'll be fine. Or if he opens up his own online store and everything keeps selling out, he'll be fine.
People just kind of forget.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see. With him, it's this whole thing is fucking weird. And even on, what was it, Entertainment Tonight the other night? They're like, hey, dude, we're just not going to bring up that it appears as if you're running a harem or a sex cult. Like,
Yeah. It's just, I wonder, I don't think we can. Like, I don't know
we
if
sure
you
the fuck
can.
can. We do it about everybody else.
I'm just saying, like, look, we can. I'm just saying, like, I don't know if Entertainment Tonight necessarily can say, is this a cult, right? They can put these out, and this is why I'm saying they're tiptoeing, because they are doing it in a roundabout way, which they, like, put it out, talk about it, say, this is weird. This family tree is going around everywhere now, whereas it wasn't before, weirdly. And so, I think they're kind of putting it out there more than they were before, where it was just like a funny thing that Nick Cannon just kept having babies. I think now they're more like, I don't know.
Also, if Nick Cannon just kind of dropped dead from a stroke or something like real soon, would it really surprise you?
No. He looks tired.
He looks very tired.
Very
And we
tired.
watch the kids like to that Masked Singer, so like we'll pop it on here and there, and like there's bags underneath his eyes, like he looks exhausted. And look, there's only one guy who's been able to do it at that pace and that schedule, and it's Seacrest.
And even he, like,
But Seacrest
stroked
doesn't.
out.
Yeah, he stroked out live on air, and he also doesn't eat.
Right.
That whole thing of like, I put the food in my mouth and then I spit it out. Like he only drinks once a week.
Right.
Whereas Nick Cannon, I don't know necessarily follows that regimen. And he's not going to bed at 7 p.m. like Seacrest is. Let's face it, right?
No. Yeah. Look.
So we'll see how this all shakes out.
That's a busy schedule.
But even last night
I just have questions.
So do I. But even last night on Entertainment Tonight, there was a story that his yearly paternity payments for the kids.
Child support is like $3 million
$3 million a year.
Which, by the way, I thought that was a low number.
And he said it was a low number.
Right.
And he said, no, I spend way more than that. But he goes, I'm not mandated by a court to do it. I do it voluntarily, which was also a weird statement. And you're like, It's all super fucking weird.
Yeah. I mean, I know rich people who will buy a house for a baby mama they're not with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sure.
Just so the kid has somewhere nice to live.
Yeah.
But this seems like...
But you better stay in good graces with all of them. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
there's no contract saying they can't come out and be like, one of them is going to get burned and come out and tell me what the fucking cult is.
Right.
I just did the math. That's $20K per month per kid. That $3 million for all of them.
That's about right. That's about right.
But I mean, you do. I'm
You
sure
start-
the moms have to get something as well because
Here's
they're
where things get tricky, though. So with that, private schools in LA, especially if these women are living in LA, which it is mandatory to go to a private school in LA because the public schools are
none of them
dog shit.
are school age
Yet. But that's coming up, and that
Right.
starts in preschool, and you know that.
Right.
So that's when shit's gonna really hike up there.
There's one preschooler.
Yeah. And most of those preschools run you about $25K a year.
Now listen though, we don't know in this cult, this world, if they go to school.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Nick Cannon might just have them all I
I
it's
would
like Kanye's charter
see,
school.
or like a homeschool or some kind of
yeah. It's not
different situation.
when you're
Yeah.
wealthy, it's called a tutor, a private tutor.
Right. And so, because I don't know if he wants, I don't know if the ladies, the moms talks, I've seen 2 interviews and it was very surface and I'm happy about my pregnancy and we're so excited, but nothing more than that.
I've never seen
so-
a negative interview from one of the moms.
Not yet. No.
Not yet. Because
Not
the
yet.
money's coming in, right?
Money's coming
Money
in.
starts drying up. That's when shit's going to get wild.
He's
and,
giving attention where he needs to give
right.
attention, which Delco, that's probably why he looks tired. Is because he needs to give the same amount of attention to everyone or else someone's probably getting mad or what have you.
Yeah.
Right?
And when we had the Sperminator on Drinking Bros, he looked tired in that interview. Just
And
because
now here's
he
the
was
thing.
flying around everywhere.
If it was something like that, which that kind of came up for me too, where it's like maybe these women are just like, hey, I want to have kids. I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be with anyone. That's possible.
Well,
But-
also they're taken care of. They won the lottery.
Exactly.
Yeah, they sure did.
So they don't mind that he comes around and keeps banging them because they don't have
Right.
to work.
And hey, if you have another kid, that's another $20K a month on
Yeah.
top of that. So
Because guess what?
you've got incentive. Yeah.
A fucking kid doesn't cost $20K a month.
And I think that
In LA, maybe.
in
Yeah.
LA probably,
It's all
honestly.
the school stuff though.
Oh, yeah. It is.
But
It is.
because normal shit, just food, mortgage or rent,
Right.
all that's clothes.
I'm just
You're
saying
not,
like
you're not
clothes,
touching 20K.
No.
toys.
Yeah, toy. Yeah, no, you're not touching
New shit for
20K,
your
but
room.
still.
I mean, you're getting close.
If
though.
if you're one of those women, unless he's buying them houses as well,
He
there's
has
so
to.
many fucking questions here.
So there's so many questions.
Because a mortgage, then you start
least,
bumping up
look,
against that 20K.
If he's buying houses for them to live in, then he's making money.
if he owns the real estate,
Yeah.
yeah.
Damn, what if this is all his plan?
Fuck, dude.
Now
I
I'm
don't
kinda,
know.
like, into it?
Yeah.
Is child support a tax write-off? Is this just a tax
I
scheme?
mean,
Yes.
am I into
So
it?
mortgages are because you're writing off the interest
Right.
and all that other shits. All the kid stuff is write-offs.
No property
Every-
manager.
This is a tax
Whoa.
scheme. This is
Yeah, you're
tax
right.
evasion.
No property managers.
Whoa.
You know who's
Doing
living
that.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, dude. Did we just fucking crack this code?
I think Bob did, and I think I might be into all of this now.
Holy shit, dude.
Jesse, are you down for one more?
I mean, look.
Boy.
Last name Cannon.
I mean, look.
Our CPA was like, hey, did you have that extra child? I was like, I sure did. And he goes, great.
Sure
Can't
did.
wait to put that on the write-offs. And I was like, uh-huh. That's not why we did it, friend. It's not why we did it.
Yeah. Interessant. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, it's elaborate. It'd be a lot smarter plan than I pegged him for, but
All right.
hey, dude.
Okay. Fair enough.
By the way, the Danny Masterson trial has wrapped up here, so we're gonna get into closing arguments in the defense for the rape trial. This is a strange one. You and I chatted about this last night.
Yes.
Where he didn't get on the stand.
Mm-hmm.
He also didn't call any witnesses. The only thing they did in this thing, in this entire trial, was cross-examine the witnesses that were brought by the prosecution, which I find extremely odd and bizarre, and being that his wife was there. So his wife is Bijou Phillips. She was in the court every single day. One would have
Current wife?
figured, yes. They've been together for, maybe 12 years.
Okay.
So, yeah, dude, you at least have the wife, right? At least have the wife in these types of trials.
Right.
I find this very, very odd. You had a different take on it, though, and
So I said if he's still in, which I don't know if we could find that
in
out.
Scientology.
If he's still in Scientology, the Church of Scientology, he will get away with this. If he is not, then he will go down.
So this is Jesse's prediction, and when you said it, I told you afterwards.
But I forgot
a
if we
juror
heard-
was dismissed yesterday for undisclosed reasons, and I find that odd. You go all the way to the end of the trial, and then boom, you're out of there right before a
Because
verdict.
if he's in, then that juror was probably harassed.
That's what Jesse's guess is. So we will see, and this will be an interesting case to keep an eye on. Now, Paul Haggis, his verdict came in Friday afternoon, Friday nights, and it was kind of buried. But Paul Haggis, very famous director of Crash and Oscar winner and all that stuff, was in the Church of Scientology.
But he
got out. He was very, very vocal
Yes.
about it. Like, actually, Leah Remini testified at his trial in defense of him, which is super odd. She had that show, obviously, where she was outing Scientology and all that stuff. Right. This came back guilty, but this was only punitive damages. So he's been ordered to pay $3.5 million, but he's not going to serve any jail time in this.
Bob, did you find out if he's in or out?
Masterson's in.
He's in.
He's in.
still.
Okay, so
Yeah.
but Haggis was out. So Haggis
was
lost.
out.
He's out. Now we'll see if you're correct that Masterson will be innocent. Now, the reason why this is a big deal is he's looking at a minimum of 45 years, a minimum. So if he gets convicted, that is 45 years to life. That is a massive, that's the end of his life right there. He'll be 90 years
Because
old.
he has a couple pretty credible rape charges. Is that the idea?
3 or 4 women testified, right?
Yeah.
All ex-Scientologists.
Correct.
Who, basically he, I guess, fucked them in the church or raped them in the church or whatever.
Right.
Or saw whatever they call their buildings.
So that's, man, that's a big risk for 45 years in jail. That's a big risk. Not to get on the stand and put your wife up there at least. To be
No,
like, he's a good guy. We've been married for
he
years. We've got
shouldn't-
kids.
He shouldn't get on the stand. Ever. No, you never get on the stand.
No, his wife. Like, at least to say he's a good guy. They've been married for forever. So, and because these charges are from the early 2000s, like 2003 and 4. They've been married for 11 or 12 years at this point. They've got kids.
No,
One
I'm
would
sure.
imagine.
I'm sure prosecution just, defense just discredited all of the accusers.
So they said they tried, and the people who were in the courts, because there's been a bunch of court reporters who were like, man, the testimony was pretty damaging, and and they seem to think that the cross-examination didn't work. However, if your theory comes true, then it wouldn't really matter anyways.
Right.
So we'll see. And since you said it, now I'm in. I want to see this. I want to see it.
Right.
But we should have an answer here within the next week, one would imagine, if the defense just rested. So that's one to keep an eye on. And then, keep in mind, Haggis went down. Very similar thing. I think it was 15 years ago or something like that. And I think when Leah Remini got on the stand, she said, look, when you're in or whatever, or something like that for Haggis, not for Masterson. She said, when you leave the church, they try to come after you and they're very vindictive and they'll do everything, right? Because she said, and some people were attacking her online for this, of how do you prove something with no witnesses from 15 years ago? It's essentially what you're up against here for Danny Masterson of, these are close to 20 years now. I think 2003 and 4, like I said. How, if there's nobody there except for the two of you in a room, who are you going to call and then who are you going to believe? And then what DNA evidence do you have from 20 years ago?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
We will see.
Super odd. Because I think it was Rolling Stone. I was reading an article this morning where they said, it's a he said, she said of whether or not you believe him or her from 20 years ago with essentially no physical DNA evidence. So what do you do, I guess? And except for cross-examine and everything else. But I thought at least the wife would have gotten up there. Said he's a good dude or whatever,
No, because then you have to cross.
Yeah, but what's she going to, like...
I don't know.
She would say, no, he's a good person and everything else. Like, and she's an actress.
Right.
She's pretty good. She used to be. I don't know what she does now, but,
Yeah, so like, you don't get to just go up there and say that he's a good guy. Like, there's going to be other questions and things that you're going to have to answer truthfully, and that's why people don't get on the stand.
Well...
Because, it would be great. It would be great if she could just get up there and say, hey, so he's a really good guy. Bye.
Bye.
But unfortunately, that's not really how the proceedings work, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Should we end on this last hard-hitting story, Bob?
Sure.
Do you have...
What do we got?
Oh, it's huge.
Okay.
It's huge.
All
And
right,
I
what do we
need
got?
you to
I need to
look
know it. I need to know
at... You need to see Jennifer Garner's new hair transformation.
Oh, my gosh.
Look at that.
Oh, wow.
It's about 3 to 4 inches shorter. Can you believe the transformation?
I was not prepared for that. That is different. It is unique. It is different. Is that a wave? Did she get a little wave in her
She
hair?
got a little bit of a wave, hard-hitting, online.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You got to see this transformation, Ross, and I needed you to see it.
Unrecognizable.
Okay?
Can I say that I don't like it?
I think she looks a lot better, but
I like
I
the
don't care either
old
way.
Jay Garnes, dude. I like the old Jay Garnes.
You like a wispy,
Just a
mousy.
classic, It's
Yeah.
just a classic look. And when you try to
I think she looks
frizz it
a
up
lot
like
better.
that, when you try to frizz it up like that, it's like, dude, you're a classic woman, Jay Garnes. Like, stay in it. Stay in it. Don't let the public tell you otherwise,
Stay in the house. Stay out of the sun.
Yes. Keep
Right?
putting on the SPF 50 every day. And if you're going to do it, what was that? Show the one with the red wig. The red wig, Bob. This was from what, Alias?
Yeah, I'm a blue wig guy for her.
Are you?
Yeah, she
I'm
looks
a red.
great
I'm
in
a
the
red
blue
wig.
wig.
Red looks better with pale skin.
Nope,
Yeah, pop it up.
not
Pop it
true.
up. There we go.
Oh, actually, no, I agree with you. I'm going red.
Thank you, Bob.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm
appreciate
going
that.
red here, yeah.
Appreciate
Going
that.
red here, yeah.
Appreciate that.
Guys, I'm high. How did we end up on Alias?
Yeah, sorry.
It's Jay Garnes, dude.
So we had
It's
a
Jay Garnes.
hard-hitting headline from E! Online that we had to see
Huge.
the crazy transformation
Yeah.
that Jennifer Gardner made before the holidays, and it was just about 2 or 3 inch cut
Unrecognizable.
for her. Yeah, unrecognizable.
Unrecognizable.
So
But good for her. Good for her. She's trying to do the things,
I just like to keep her weird ass in the,
I like her. She's fine.
I know you do.
She's fine.
Do you know what I
don't
mean?
have a problem with her,
Okay, so here's an example then, how I was talking about Pete Davidson, how I'm just like, I don't mind him. I get it, kind of. Uh-huh. So I think it's the same way about Garnes, where I'm just like, dude, I don't know. It's not doing it for me. And you're like, she's awesome. I love her. And you won't hear a bad thing about Jay Garnes.
He always just seems like a dick.
But he doesn't.
Yes. Have you ever seen his stand-up?
Yes.
It's just, he seems like a fucking... Just
Are
a
we
li-
judging everybody on their stand-up?
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay.
Don't you? If you're going to do it, like, I think we should. A lot of people are doing it. Speaking of which, that fucking 15 minutes of opening 15 minutes of SNL with Chappelle. Mm-hmm. It's hard not to say he's the greatest of all time.
Right.
I mean, it was fucking awesome. And if you're gonna do stand up, you're getting judged on it. Sorry.
All right.
That's why I don't do it anymore. I don't want to get fucking judged out there.
That's why.
I can have an off night, But Skeet, that's what he's doing. He's doing a lot of stand up, and then doing those other shows. Did they come out? That one on Peacock and all that shit.
Not yet, I don't think.
Okay. No interest in it. We've seen his life story now 15 times in various formats. So I'm all good on it.
I'm just not going to recognize her out anymore.
Who?
Jay Garnes, I'm just not going to recognize
She's
her.
Unrecognizable with that new haircut.
Transformation.
Yeah, and looks really good.
the
And then the
holiday.
red hair, just go back to red. Let's go back to Alias. Let's go back. That was a fun time.
That does look good.
It does look nice. It does. And I feel bad for Jay Garnes. She tried to pull her family together, and then you got Ben. Benny boys. There it is.
Maybe.
Benny boy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe she was part of the problem.
Could be. Maybe she drove him to drink. At least that's what he said, right?
That is what he said. Which was real fucked up. But yeah, he did.
Oh, it's great. It's great. Fun show today. Amped for the rest of the day. What do we got? Drinking Bros next on Patreon. Is that what we got next? Yeah, Drinking Bros podcast live on Patreon next. And then Drinking Bros Sports College Football after that. That'll be on YouTube later on the Drinking Bros Sports channel. You can subscribe to that. They didn't fuck with that channel, so we kept it. Plain and simple. So that one's fine. The other one, they've said, no, we don't like you anymore. We don't like you anymore. So please subscribe to Patreon Drinking Bros podcast. It'll help keep the employees and everything going during the recession here. Greatly appreciate it. And go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Also, head on over to Spotify and just leave a 5-star, and you can walk away. For Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Revolucion. Buenos tardes, everyone.
Good afternoon.